through the presentations, I'm going to be making books and videos and DVDs available, but they will be tomorrow evening. So if you want further information on what's been presented tonight, I will make DVDs and material available tomorrow evening. Also, these presentations are being recorded, and if you'd like a copy, please let us know, and we'll give you details once they're all finalized. But tonight, we're going to be looking at the lost Ark of Noah. And just to give you some background about myself, the people that have been involved in a number of these discoveries were personal friends of mine. So I speak from first-hand experience. This isn't some kind of theoretical thing that I'm presenting to you. I know this material firsthand, and I know the people involved. If we've got time, we'll have some questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. But tonight we're going to look at the lost Ark of Noah. Now, I'm assuming everyone's heard of Noah. Yes? Has everyone heard of Noah? There might be some people who's not heard of Noah. Okay, everyone's familiar with Noah. Okay. So, question is, could this be Noah's Ark? And tonight we're going to go on a journey. We're going to look at the history. We're going to look at all the facts, the numbers, all the expeditions that have been taken to look for Noah's Ark. Now, I believe that God created this world. I don't believe we came from monkeys. The Bible tells us that God created this world and he made it perfect. But unfortunately, after he created someone called Adam and Eve, they sinned and they were thrown out of this Garden of Eden. And as a result of this sin that came into this world, the offspring, the posterity, they started worshipping other strange gods. Gods that was not what they were created for. And as a result, God said that I cannot strive any longer with mankind. So what he did was he spoke to someone called Noah. And God said to Noah, "The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. But with thee I will establish my covenant. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day, were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened." So he's saying to Noah, he says, I'm gonna put a probation on this planet, and I'm gonna save you and your family, and anyone else who chooses to be saved. "And behold, I do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and every living thing that is in the earth shall die. And God said unto Noah, Make thee an ark." But what God said to Noah is, it's not just you that can be saved, but anyone else that chooses to go on the ark. It was a voluntary decision. The God that created this planet does not force people. He gives everyone a voluntary choice. So, he said to Noah, build an ark, and he gave Noah the plans. He didn't come up with it himself. God gave him the plans to make this boat. And so he started to build this boat, and we're told it took 120 years. Or, in other words, God gave 120 years for mankind to make the decision what they're going to do. And as he built this boat, what did people do? They laughed at him. But Noah was telling them that there's going to be a calamity that's about to hit the planet. And they thought it was a joke. They laughed at him. How can anyone build a boat? It never rained. The Bible tells us it's never rained. So why are they building a boat in the middle of nowhere on land? It just didn't make sense to them, and they laughed at him. But he warned them every day, day in, day out, he warned them. But they wouldn't listen. He even got dramatic about his warning. And they thought he was crazy. They laughed. Has anyone ever laughed at you? They thought he was crazy. You know, I was talking to some young people the other night, and they're saying, are you serious? Noah's Ark's been found? And they were asking me, so what? So what if Noah's Ark's been found? And I was talking to them about Bible prophecy and some of the things, and they thought I was like this. They thought I was from another planet. And God said, make this ark out of gopher wood. And so Noah built this ark. And then there came a time when God said that you will put animals in this ark. And they went in 2 by 2. Now everyone seems to think that it was 2 animals each. But the Bible actually tells us that there were 2 types of animals that went on the ark. There was something called clean animals and unclean animals. And these clean animals went by 7s, and the unclean animals went by 2. So an example of a clean animal will be like a lamb, a sheep, a goat, a cow. And an example of a unclean animal is something like a pig. Okay? And the Bible gives a description of what's clean and unclean. So even before the flood, there was a distinction between clean and unclean animals. And people thought, what's this strange event? And yet they still did not listen to what Noah was saying. And he warned them every day. He warned them there's a flood that's about to come. And they did not listen. And of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7s, the male and his female, and the beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. And all the animals came. His family went in. Noah was the last person, and he gives his final invitation. He says, come before it's too late. But they wouldn't listen. And finally, the Bible tells us that an angel came down and closed the door of the ark. And then it started to rain. And then the people started panicking. They'd never seen rain. And what they do, they start running with their materials, with their money. See, this man here has got his money there. And they run to the ark. But it's too late. And the Bible tells us, and we're going to be sharing these things over the next few nights, but the Bible is very clear that there's going to come a time in our history, in our present time, there'll be a time when the doors of probation will be closed. There will be a time when things will go so bad that God will say, enough's enough, it's over. And so it rained, and the people perished. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth. And the people died. But it's important that they had a choice. They chose not to go. There was plenty of room in the ark. There was plenty of room, but they chose not to go inside. And this wasn't some kind of local flood. Some people think there was a local flood. This was a worldwide catastrophe. And here they fed the animals. And then there came a time when Noah sent out a dove to see if the waters had come down. And the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. We find it in the book of Genesis, chapter 8. Now the Bible says, and the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. Can you see that's plural? Mountains of Ararat. And this is what Mount Ararat looks like today. Now some people think this is a fable. Can the Bible be trusted? Is it really true? Is this just like a fantasy story? And there are many, many Christians today and non-Christians who do not believe that the book of Genesis actually happened. And after it rested, the animals came out, the door was opened, and there was a rainbow. This rainbow was a